Welcome, dear student. In this lecture, we have to see flowchart, then the different shape which are used for making the flowchart, advantages of a flowchart, limitation of a flowchart, and flowcharts of a different mathematical examples. Friends, we know that flowcharts is pictorial representation of a algorithm, or simply we can say that flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of algorithm. Flowcharts are very helpful in a writing program and explaining program to other. There are different symbols which are used for making the flowchart. We have to see all these symbols one by one. First, first symbol is terminal. This symbol is a horizontal cylinder which is used for beginning and end of the program, that is start or stop the flowchart. Next shape is parallelogram, which is a use for input and output. This symbol is used to represent input and output data in a flowchart. Next symbol is a rectangle, which is a used for processing, that is a data processing and calculation in a flowchart. Then next symbol is a diamond, which is a use for decision making. This represent a comparison or decision. Next symbol is a rectangle with two vertical lines, which is a use for subroutine function. It represents subroutine or function. Then the circle with outgoing arrow and circle with incoming arrow, it is a use for connector. It join or connect to part of a program or simply flowchart. Then the flow lines. Flow lines are shown the direction of a flow, or simply it is a use to join two shape in flowchart. Then a module call. This is again a rectangle, okay, with two vertical lines, which is a use for calling some routine or function. Then the rectangle, that is which is a use to block some part of a flowchart or indicates block of statement or body of a loop. Now we have to see advantages of a flowchart. It is used for better communication. Flowchart. Flowchart is very essential, and it is easier for programmer to explain the logic of a program to other programmer. Second advantage is effective coding. It provides convenient aid to write a computer program because flowchart act as a roadmap for a programmer. Next advantage is it is a effective analysis. This is such system model can be broken into small part for study and analysis. So a micro flow chart that chart main line of logic of a software system became a system model, and such system model can be broken into small part for study and analysis. Then next advantages is a systematic debugging. Debugging means removing the error from the program, and flowchart is very useful for systematic debugging. Then effective synthesis, this is also one of the advantage of a flowchart. Flowchart takes a care that no path is left incomplete without any action being taken. So it is very useful for effective synthesis. Then it is used for proper program documentation. Flowchart help to develop program logic and serve a documentation. Next advantage, flowchart is a computer language independent. So the programmer which does not have any programming language can be also draw flowchart easily. Okay, now we have to see the limitation of a flowchart. First limitation, the flowcharting is a time consuming. It is laborious to draw with proper symbols. So flowchart is a time consuming. Next disadvantage or limitation is any change or modification in flowchart is difficult. So if there is any change or we have to modify some part of a flowchart, then it is very difficult. Next is very often it is very lengthy and run into pages. So these are the three limitation of a flowchart. Now we have to see some examples of a flowchart. First example, to print all odd number between 1 to 100. Second example, flowchart to solve the kinematical equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT and S is equal to UT plus 1 half AT square. To solve equation of state, that is PV is equal to RT. Then next is to find largest of a 4 number. Next is to find factorial of a given number. Next flowchart is to calculate number of digit and sum of digit of a given number. Then next is to classify the type of a triangle, and last flowchart is flowchart to find Fibonacci series till the term less than or equal to 1000. So we have to see one by one. First flowchart to print all odd number between 1 to 100. Okay, odd number means 1, then 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. These are all odd number. If we consider first odd number, that is 1. When 2 is added in 1, we get next odd number. Okay, when 2 is added in 3, we get next odd number, that is a 5. So simple. Start. First a is equal to 1. This is first odd number. Print that odd number a. Now a is incremented by 2. So a is equal to a plus 2. Is a is less than 100. Okay, we have to check the condition. Is a is less than 100? If yes, then again print that number a, that is a. Now a is 3, print 3. Now again a is incremented by 2, that is a plus 2. Now a is 3, so 3 plus 2, it became 5. Again we check the condition. Is a is less than 100? If yes, print that number, that is 5. This process is carried out up to which a is less than 100. When A became greater than 100, then stop. Okay, here see, first start we use uh, the horizontal cylindrical shape. Okay, horizontal cylindrical shape. Then A is equal to 1. This is input, so we use rectangle. Then again A, print A, this is output, so we use here parallelogram. A is equal to 1. This is a part of processing, not an input. Okay, print A, it is output, so that we use parallelogram. Okay, A is equal to A plus 1, A plus 2. This is part of processing, and therefore we use rectangle. Is A is less than 100? This is for decision making, and therefore we use diamond shape. Now next is stop. For that we use the horizontal cylinder. So horizontal cylindrical shape is used for beginning and end of the flowchart. Okay. Now next flowchart is flowchart to solve kinematical equation. First is start. Read S0. S0 means initial position. U means initial velocity. A means acceleration. T0 means final time. Okay. Now we have to read all these quantity. This is input, and therefore the shape is parallelogram. Now t is equal to 0. Consider t is equal to 0. After that, find final velocity by using formula v is equal to u plus at, and the final position or final displacement s is equal to s0 plus ut plus 1 half at square. Okay, this is final position or final displacement. Now the time is incremented by dt, so t is equal to t plus dt. Okay, now we have to check the condition is after incrementation of a time is t is less than or equal to t0, that is a final time. If yes, okay, it is less than or equal to t0, that is a final time. Again calculate final velocity v and final position s. Again time is incremented by dt. Check the condition is t is less than or equal to t0, that is final time. Okay, when t is greater than t0, that is final time, then print time t, velocity v, final velocity v, and displacement s or final position s, then stop. So this is a flowchart to solve kinematical equation. Now next flowchart is a flowchart to solve the equation of state, that is PV is equal to RT. Actually it is PV is equal to nRT, but N is considered as a 1 mole, that is a number of moles. It is considered as a 1 mole. Okay, P is a pressure, V is a volume, R is universal gas constant, and T is absolute temperature. Now first is a start. Read V in means initial volume, R means universal gas constant, T means absolute temperature, dV means change in volume. This is input, so that it is represent in a parallelogram. Okay. Now calculate pressure by using formula P is equal to RT divided by V. RT divided by V. Now V is incremented by dV. So V is equal to V plus dV. Now we have to check the condition. Is V is less than or equal to Vf? That is final volume. If yes, V is less than or equal to Vf, again find pressure. Okay, by using formula P is equal to RT divided by V. Again V is incremented by dV. Again check the condition. Is V less than or equal to Vf? If yes, then this process is continuously carried out up to which V became greater than Vf, that is final volume. And when V is greater than final volume, that is Vf, print pressure P, then stop. Next flowchart. Flowchart to pick a largest of a four number. Read the number, that is A, B, C, D. First is a start, then read the number A, B, C, D. This is input, so it is represented in parallelogram. Now we have to take the decision. Okay, is A is greater than B? Okay, if yes, check second condition. Is A is greater than C? If yes, check third condition. Is A is greater than D? If yes, then print A is a largest number. Okay, but when we check the condition, that is A is greater than B, this condition is a false. Or if A is not greater than B, so A is not greater than B, check the second condition. Is B is greater than C? If yes, check the third condition. Is B is greater than D? If yes, then B is a largest number. Okay, but if A is greater than C, this condition is a false. Then check second condition, that is C is greater than D? If yes, then C is the largest number. If no, then D is the largest number. In second case, if A is greater than C, if this condition is a false, that is no, then check, is C is greater than D? If yes, then print C is the largest number. But if no, then D is the largest number. So this is flowchart to pick largest of a four number. Next flowchart. Flowchart to find factorial of a given number. Factorial means if we have to find factorial of a 5, then it is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it is equal to 120. Factorial of a 5 is 120. Okay. So first start. Read the number. Read the number n. Read the number which factorial we have to determine. That is a read n. Now consider fact is equal to 1 and counter CTR is equal to 2. Now fact is equal to fact into counter. Fact is a here 1 and counter is a 2. So 1 into 2, it is a 2. Now we have to check the condition. Is counter is equal to n, counter is equal to n. That is, n means number which factorial we have to determine. If no, then increment counter by 1. That is, counter became now 3. Then again, fact is equal to fact into counter. That is 2 into 3. Now again, is counter is equal to n, that is number which factorial we have to determine. If no, then counter is incremented by 1. Now the counter became 4. Again, factorial is equal to fact into counter, that is previous fact into counter, that is a 4. This process is carried out up to which counter is equal to n. If this condition is true, then print fact, then stop. Our next fact flowchart is a flowchart to calculate number of digit and sum of digit of a given number. First, start. Read the number. Read number n. Now sum is equal to 0 and digit is equal to 0. Here we have to consider this. That is, sum is equal to 0 and digit is equal to 0. Sum is equal to sum plus mod of 10 or n mod 10. Okay, that is, number n is divided by 10 and that remainder is added in a sum. So sum is equal to sum plus remainder when n is divided by 10. Now digit is equal to digit plus 1, that is, digit is incremented by 1. Now n is equal to n divided by 10. N divided by 10, that is a number n divided by 10. Now we have to check the condition. Is n is greater than 0? Okay. If yes, then again sum is equal to sum plus n divided by 10 and the remainder is added in a sum. But is n is greater than 0, this condition is a false, then print sum and digit and stop. Our next flowchart is flowchart to classify the type of triangle. First, start. Read A-B-C, that is 3 sides of a triangle. Now we have to check the condition. Is A is equal to B? Okay. If yes, is B is equal to C? Okay. A is equal to B. Is B is equal to C? It indicates that 3 sides are same. Then the triangle is equilateral triangle. Okay. But if A is equal to B, okay, if A is equal to B, this condition is true, that is yes. B is equal to C, this condition is a false. Or A is equal to C, this condition is a true. It indicates that the 2 sides of a triangles are same. That is A is equal to B and A is equal to C. These 2 sides are same. B is not equal to C. Okay, that is 2 sides of a triangles are same. Then print the triangle is isoscale. If A is equal to B, this condition is a false, that is no. If A is equal to C, this condition is again false, that is a no. If B is equal to C, this condition is false, that is a no. It indicates that no one side is the same. Then print the triangle is a scalar. Next, flowchart to find Fibonacci series till the term less than or equal to 1000. First, start. Then read n. Read n. Here n is 1000. Now f is equal to 0. This is a first term of a Fibonacci series. f2 is equal to 1. This is the second term of a Fibonacci series. print f1 and f2, that is the first term and second term. Now counter is equal to 3. Okay. Now f3 is equal to f1 plus f2, that is add first term of a Fibonacci series in second term and it is considered as f3, that is print f3. Now this f3 is a third term of a Fibonacci series. Now counter is incremented by 1, so counter is equal to counter plus 1. Now we have to check the condition. Is counter is less than or equal to less than n? Is counter is less than n? If yes, then replace f1 by f2 and f2 by f3. f1 by f2, that is f1 is equal to f2 and f2 is equal to f3. Again f3 is equal to f1 plus f2, but here f1 is replaced by f2 and f2 is replaced by f3. Okay. Now f3 is equal to f2 plus f3, that is second term is added with third term. So we know that the Fibonacci in a Fibonacci series, first term is added with second term is added with third term is added with fourth term is added with the fifth term. This process is carried out till the term is less than or equal to 1000. So this is Fibonacci series, and if the counter is less than n, this is no. If the counter is less than n, that it means that the counter became greater than n, then stop. Okay, that is we get our Fibonacci series till the term less than or equal to 1000. Thank you.